Hello there, my friends, and welcome back to Space Engineers. Shall we continue where we left off last time? I think that just for a starter, we might just start the day with a little bit of mining, perhaps. Go grab a few resources. We probably we'll need them sooner or later. Sooner rather than later, I imagine. As we built plenty of things last time. So getting a little bit of iron, perhaps even nickel for the motors would not be a terrible idea. But yeah, here we are back at this thing, whatever it is. Let's just verify... Please. Thank you. Let's just verify how much iron we have left. Just a little bit. Pretty much nothing. Nickel, on the other hand, I think we are golden, so maybe just go for the iron. Maybe 2 loads of iron. Maybe even some silicon if we really need to. Yeah, nickel, I think we are good. Okay. Okay, now, please don't smack your head against that. I was thinking during the, these few days, what we were gonna do, and I think I already have an idea on how we are going to continue building this thing. It's just gonna take a significant amount of time. But yeah, I kind of want to have the mining module on the back of my ship with a crane system just to... please? Thank you. With a crane system just to, be able to point towards the node and have the drill go downwards towards it. I think good, right? Oh yeah. We are good, alright. I believe the iron is towards that way, right? There we go, you can lock. Beautiful, we have a bunch of resources over here. Oh yeah, we can't... Or maybe I can. Come here.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem, Susan, that we are trying to fix. Okay. There we go. Inventory, no longer full. I bet you this is gonna take a little bit of time to process. We only have like one refinery. It was refining nickel when we left, and it's still refining nickel now. Let's see, cargo. If it is empty, we can go and grab some ice. It appears to be empty. Okay. Not terrible. Or maybe those were the cargoes on the a large rover. I don't know. We'll see it from here. It's easier. Because it's actually color-coded. Medium cargo. Oh my god. Jesus. Medium cargo empty. There is a little bit over here, but if we go back to base, there is a small cargo, which is bigger than the medium cargo over here. Doesn't make sense, but doesn't need to, so... There we go. Empty. Let's go grab some ice. Let's just reverse park. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Sure. We can just leave now. Let this thing do its own thing. And we can go back to the planetary crawler. I think that's how I am going to call it. The planetary crawler. Okay, so let's start with the assemblers, shall we? As that is gonna be the most important part. The more assemblers we have, like the stronger our manufacturing capacity is gonna be. I know. What a revelation. What an epiphany that I just had. Yeah, that's true. We could put the modules and whatnot. Hey, maybe we'll do it later. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Whoa. Now, speaking about working, let's see, engine, hydrogen engine. This is not filling up, but it's outputting its maximum. Batteries. Fully recharged in 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. Perfect. So in 1 hour, roughly, like the hydrogen generator should chill out for a little bit. Stop consuming as much stuff. This is gonna increase our production capacity like so much. It's gonna be ridiculous. I just need to remember to put them all on cooperative, otherwise it's gonna mess things up. There we go, another assembler done. This one is called... I'm too close for you, is that it? Assembler 4. So let's go over here into production. Assembler 4. Okay. Assembler 3, I mean assembler 3, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna put it into cooperative. So the next time we put some orders in there, it should start rolling. The basic assembler is already rolling, this one is still not rolling. And like I said, it's maybe because like these orders are already inputted, and so there is like no reason for this thing to enter the cooperative mode. It's either that or like there is no connection, which is also a possibility because I'm a dum-dum and I do these kind of dum-dum things. But I think it's connected right there, right? Let me go and just quickly peek. Yeah, this port goes from one side to the other, and that roughly connects where this thing here is. But just to be like 100% sure, let's weld this one as well. But later, of course. We already are doing these other two. Another one complete, which is pretty cool, and this one is almost complete. By the way, are we missing anything? Probably a bunch of iron. The nickel, don't lie. Maybe the silicon wafer. The cobalt we also have. Yeah, like that. It's saying that we don't have, but disregard that. That's a complete lie. The game is trying to fool us. The resources are just in storage. Probably in that storage, to be frank. I don't know. I do not know. All that I know is that the assembler number 4, it is done. This one is almost done as well. Let's put the assembler number 4 on cooperative mode as well. Beautiful. You do nothing? Yep. Still doing nothing. It's fine. It's totally okay. It's not like I have better things to do or anything. Let's try to no, I can't. I was gonna say, let's try to add the other one into the build queue, but because we're still waiting on resources, yeah, that might mess up things a little bit. 93 computers, really? Nah, it's only 47 that I need. I'm missing one, not 30. I don't know, one way or the other, the game is lying, okay? Okay, my friends, the game is trying to BS us into believing these kinds of things. I refuse. Now, before we go anywhere, let me just... I think it's assembler number 5, put it into cooperative as well. Let's put this into production, let's go into the production queue. Assembler 1 going, assembler 3 going, 4 going, 5 going, basic assembler going as well, so the only one is the incomplete one. So yeah, that answers that question. They were not going because, you know, that the build queue was added before they were complete. Oh, dum-dum, it's on the other side. And yeah, now we are producing the parts much quicker. Of course, also consuming the power much quicker, but that's a complete... Like, no one needs to even think about that. And speaking about power, that's the next thing in line. That's super heavy, and we kind of want to squeeze it in a spot that it's like not gonna cause us any problems, right? There we go. You are assembler number what? Assembler 2. Assembler 2, cooperative as well. Beautiful. Look at all of these assemblers. So we now need power, of course, right? We have discussed that. We also need to get this refinery going, so that we can refine at twice the speed. So maybe we do refinery now and power afterwards? Yeah, I think so. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just need to navigate around this. Let's see the fabrication speed now. Yeah, so we have all of these shenanigans going, right? And over here, it's going. Perfect. We are gonna, like, we won't be able to weld fast enough, my friends. And that's precisely where we want to be. We want it to produce faster than we can weld it. So that's just fantastic. Let's dump the rest into this thing. It's gonna need it. Do I have like an access over here, maybe? 'Cause otherwise it's gonna be a bit redonkulous. Still not there. Well, I'm able to fill up my inventory every time that I go grab materials, so maybe we are there, actually. Almost, almost. Well, the refinery is done. Oh, Susan, stop being such, like, always bringing us down, my friends. Here we go, like, we achieved such an accomplishment. And why you yellow? Oh, because you are a dum-dum. The port is right there, not right there, base manager. Well, Susan was right, you see. Here you go, trying to berate Susan, and Susan was correct. I can't, like, the fact that Susan was right, I can't cope with it. I need my copium. Oh well. It is fine, it's just a minor adjustment, but the lack of symmetry, you know. Even though I'm not the most symmetrical person, I do enjoy my asymmetry, but I like the asymmetry when I do it on purpose. And because, you know, I kind of want to have the modules pointing outwards, yeah, well, it's fine, whatever. Minor details, right? Like, this is gonna be covered up anyway, no one's gonna see it, like, who cares? Please rotate. Oh my god. No. Okay, you see the green. You see the green arrows. Okay, the green arrows. Okay. Oh my freaking god. Game. Okay, I'm correctly orientated, right? You see the green arrows that say, "Oh my," you rotate. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now again. Perfect. See, game. We don't need to be like so unpleasant with each other all the time.
Fuel low.
Oh, game, screw you. Like, that is just...
Fuel critical.
I was just there. Fine. We'll go back to the respawn pod. Survival kit, where are you at? Man, where is the blue panel? Right there. Let's just heal that little bit, and then let's refill my bottles. So that Susan stops being annoying. In this case, replace that with that, put that in there, that is filled. Can I continue, Susan? Thank you so much. You are so kind sometimes. Is there anything else that you want to bother us with? That's what I thought. Okay, victory! Yay! We win! The refinery is now operational. Right? Right, there we go. Beautiful! This thing is now producing us nothing? Because there is nothing to process, Tum-Tum. Yeah, cool. By the way, how much iron do we actually have? 3k iron. 3k. Well, guess what? It's mining time again. Hooray. We need more iron. Like, way more. But before we go mine more iron, one more thing that I kind of want to do. Another H2O2, right? We spoke about that. We spoke about that, but where am I gonna fit that thing? Maybe in here, in between. Let me squeeze. Let me butter myself up. Maybe if I squeeze it over here? That's an assembler base manager. That's a refinery base manager. That's also a refinery base manager. Oxygen thingy. Like I built you, so here it is. That's an oxygen tank. Man, why do all of them have to look similar? Alright. By the way, let me just double check. Yeah, it goes from... Like, we could put it over here like this in order to save space, right? Or we can just put it like this, and then stack them on top of each other if we really need to. So I would say maybe you need a steel plate, of course. Let me guess, I have 0 plates. No, I do have a fair bit. So, you two, we kind of want you there. So, 1, 2, put it into production, dump everything that we have, pull everything that we can. Let's start the welding process. Oh, this one is already done. Perfect. This way we'll be able to process more... holy Jesus. More iron than... not iron, ice. Oh, damn it. More ice than we are actually consuming, and we will be able to start stockpiling a little bit. Perfect. There we go. So now if we go over here into hydrogen, small tank, not filling up. We are out of... We are out of ice, ain't we? Yep. Well, that was fast. Batteries. At least we are still gaining power. Well, let's go mine some more, shall we? Let's go for the ice first, because it's closer by and it's easier to get anyway. Perfect, there we go. Alright. Yeah, this should be more than enough, I would assume. Are you working? Or have you consumed all the hydrogen? Nah, you're filled up. Good. Don't know if I still have ice on my... nope, I do not. By the way, how much do I have inside of the small tank? 3 point something. It's not gonna last. I'll have to go grab more ice, like in 10 minutes. But oh well, I don't care about that right now. Batteries, right? Batteries. So this is gonna be the back side of the thingy. Oh, hello, Mr. The Man 19. How are you doing today? Yeah, today is a it's an holiday, so you are around to witness the engineering project that we are about to partake. But yeah, battery is very heavy. This is gonna be the back side of the truck, which means we're gonna put more wheels in here. So if we put the weight over here, it should be okay. Yeah, let's grab a couple of plates and try to go for that. Plates, yeah, sure, give me... okay. Refinery. Take that, please. Yeah, sure, just take that. Thank you. Let's put one right there, one right there. Yeah, exactly. Whenever we, whenever there is no work to be done, it's one of the best days possible. Oh, by the way, this game, I think it's gonna be released on Xbox, so if you feel interested, I think you'll be able to give it a try soon. Not really certain on crossplay just yet, but I saw something about pre-ordering on Xbox or something like that, so... come on, let me just weld these final power cells. There we go. So that we can start recharging all of these batteries. We're gonna need it whenever we start going off. Have to look into it. Yeah, I think it's still coming. Not really sure. Oh, here we go. Hydrogen about to go. No, not yet. There we go. All components. Perfect. So, yeah, pretty much in this game you can build anything that you put your mind into it. Like, there is moving parts, pistons, rotors, hinges, you can build cranes, like spaceships, whatever. Like giant mining apparatus thingies to dig into the ground and collect resources for you. You can even build ships that weld for you if you don't feel like welding like a ginormous thing like this. Pretty interesting. The batteries are now done. Let's start going a bit crazy for like the superstructure, not the superstructure, the chassis of this thingy. Kind of want to have it secure in place. Like we have a ton of expensive things on top of... After a quick research, apparently this game has been on Xbox for a while. Oh, better news even the... is there a crossplay for these things? Just gonna add done to build planner, and then we go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bunch of like times to build sufficient plates for all of this. And because everything is like in cooperative mode, we should have access to a bajillion plates, like no problemo. Let's start welding the oops. There we go. Visual glitch. You need more steel plates? Just... come on. Yeah, it has crossplay? Oh, that is nice. Like, Do you remember Factorio? It's similar but different. More fun, because things explode and there is less biters also. There is also the necessity of creating like production chains and although it's way less complicated, you don't need like 5 billion different resources, it's more streamlined, shall we say. EOE servers for something, but it seems to work. Well, we'll have to look into that, but hey, if you are ever interested in getting some space engineers like co-op done, I'm all for it, because like this game, like as you can see, you can build pretty big ships, okay? This is tiny in comparison to some of the ships we can build, and like sometimes there is an overwhelming amount of things to make the ship go for one player. But it also requires like a little bit of patience, as it need to like weld all the blocks, get all of the stuff out of the production machines. But in the end, when the things start moving, it's pretty neat. As always, this looks so complex for me, but I'm sure with time I can get into it. Oh, it's as complex or as simple as you want, my friend. Like, look at this. Look at this super complex rover. It's like it looks like the Lego carts one used to build when when we are kids, you know, and build things with Legos. Yeah, like look at how super complex this thing is. Not so much, but these will be a little bit more complex, you know. With the master tutoring of the base manager, I should be fine. Yeah. Or you should, or maybe you will explode. It depends. Sometimes magical forces can explode things, and well, it is inevitable. Dying is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But unlike Project Zomboid, you just respawn right next to your, you know, respawn pod, or if you build a respawn point inside of your thingies. So it's fine. Like, these things are called clones anyway, so they are disposable. But no, it's quite simple. Like, you pick up rocks from the ground, you put rocks in refinery builds stuff, you turn stuff into more complex stuff, and you use complex stuff to weld whatever you want. Electrical stuff needs power, you build batteries. Hydrogen stuff needs hydrogen, you build an hydrogen generator. Speaking of Project Zomboid, did they eventually updated the game? Oh, I'm about to... where multiplayer is down? Nope, not yet. I don't think so. At least the last time I saw the newsfeed, it was not yet the new build. So multiplayer is still up. I think it shouldn't take them too much longer to switch to the a new build. I mean, they've been talking about it for so long, but as per usual, it's either like next week or in 5 years. It's like when it's gonna, it's ready. It's ready when it's ready, you know. So technically all of our worlds are still alive and well.
Energy low.
Oh man, oh Susan, please, stop being annoying. I just went to the respawn pod to get hydrogen, and now you're telling me my power is down. It's fine. It's fine. It can hold a little bit longer. Whenever Susan complains again. We never finished the season 1 of the co-op series. Well, I mean, it's not like there is like a final mission to do or anything. Things just got complicated, but the world still exists. The drag strip racing thingy is still there. And I bet the zombies are still there as well.
Energy critical.
Susan always complaining. That's fine, Susan. I'll go and restock my power before you complain too much. I think it's on this side, the blue panel. Yes, it is. Man, can't wait to get myself the silver to mill the medical bed, because otherwise recharging is so slow. It's not like we're gonna do anything mind-blowing. Just drag racing over some Z's. Yeah, and we actually did that like just once when we arrived. And then immediately proceeded to be bombarded by bugs. Because why have fun shooting down things when you can have bugs ruining the fun? And of course they also missed all their shots, right? It's not like they, in our target, our practice run with those guns, things went so much better than... we got a false sense of security that things were gonna be easy or anything. No, no. Now, at least the chassis, it's almost done. So I'm pretty happy that it actually didn't took as many plates as I was initially thinking. Here's hoping they work on the guns a little bit more. Yeah, like the gun system is fine. It's just that it takes so much experience to be able to use guns. Like, I don't know, man. I never used a gun, right? But like that thing is in America. You like. We Europeans have the tingling sensation that babies are born with guns in America. So why? Why can't a survivor be able to shoot guns like decently? What's so difficult about it? I mean, a grandma could pick up the flipper and throw it straight into my head, but the freaking zombie killing machine can't aim down an M16 down like a bunch of zombies. No, no, no. I mean, at least pistols should be easier to work. Exactly, it's not rocket science. It's a gun, go boom, and like zombie dies. I don't know. But hey, there is also some mods. If we ever get into Project Zomboid again, there is a few mods that we will definitely need to add. I think there is a mod to make like bows and arrows and all the plates are gone. Why would you open the correct assembler? Cooperative, of course. I'm out of iron. Already. Wow. Alright. That's cool. That's fine, I suppose. Just weld this thing that connects to the main grid, just in case, you know. I was stupid. Let's go grab more iron. Back into the mining hole we go. That could make the game more entertaining. Yeah, imagine like like a super sneaky. Like we could make the zombies super dangerous, but we would give us mods to make like sneak kills more easy. Although, like, the zombies are already dangerous enough as they are, so I don't know how much that would be a very good idea. We would get a tingling sense of security, like, oh, I killed like 1,000 zombies, it should be fine, attract a bunch of zombies towards base and they destroy everything. But well, back into mining mode we go. Yeah. Well, this is gonna take a while. Maybe that mining rover is not such, like, not a bad idea after all. Yeah. I don't remember. All that I remember is that that island had a really rough time. In the past few iterations, so yeah, I was surprised. But kinda pleasantly surprised, because I kinda like that, that franchise. Okay, mining vessel now? Yeah, let's do the mining vessel now. I just need plates, like there is a port right there, so let's gain access to the port. Get out of here, get out of here. Give me a few plates, I'm gonna need a few extra. Let's maybe build it... Come on. Here we go. Let's build it maybe from here. Okay, let's build a rotor to convert from large grid to small grid. There we go. A rotor boy. We get rid of the large grid add. We use build vision to add smaller one. Add small add. There we go. Ah, lock the freaking thingy. Please, open up. Rotor lock on, so it doesn't rotate. Yeah, it was the Riptide, I think, that they, like, just stopped supporting or something. But there is a Dead Island 2 of that, I'm almost certain. I think I even have it on my Steam library. Let me just double check that pretty quick. It's actually super fast. I just need to come over here. Yes. Dead Island oh, it was Epidemic and Riptide. Yeah. It wasn't Dead Island 2. Yeah, it was the Epidemic, the one that we used to play like in third person. And then the Riptide, the one that I got, and they just like... Come on. And they like, it wasn't that super good. Come on. Jesus, how difficult it is to attach that thing. Come on. Few more. Okay, I think this should be wide enough. Okay, so this time we're not gonna have a single block base for the rover. No, we need to be more sturdy than that. Also, I don't remember how large the containers, the large cargo containers are. Large cargo container. It's 3 or 5? It's 5. Okay, so we want to have a 3 at least base. We want to have a... man. Please, game, stop being derpy. We want to have at least 3. Now, how long is gonna be? I don't know. There we go, another one. Bites the dust. I'll just grind them all out once I'm done. Come on. I'm doing a stupid. But speaking about grinding out, so that we don't have an unfortunate incident like last time, let's just weld this thing. This arm. And the attachment... Come on. And the attachment point to it. Yeah. Let's get rid of that. One final block left over here. There we go. Now, for a measurement purposes, let's put one of these big boys over here, which we don't have the interior plates. We take those. I don't want those are a tad bit too large for our needs. I can please give me the other ones. Come on. See, it wasn't that difficult now, was it? Rotation. Let me just make sure that we got... I think it's like this, right? Yeah, it goes... no. I kind of want to have the big ones side by side, and... Yeah, and now I want you to rotate like this. Perfect. This means that the big port is on the side, on the top and on the sides. So that they then connect. Come on. Come on, connect. Connect. There we go. Maybe 3. Maybe 3, you know what? Go big or go home, right? Right. Okay, so now... Mining. We need a hinge. A big one at that. A 3x3. Like this. Lock the hinge, please. There we go. Huh. Now we need to convert this into tiny little blocks that go into the same like thingy. Where it's not this one. This one is too big. Is the other one? Yeah, this one over here. There we go. It's big on one side and tiny on the other ones. Perfect. So it has tinies on the bottom and on the sides and 3 in the front. Okay, now, drills. Where are them drills? Here they are. Bam, bam, bam. They're a tad bit... Nope, it's perfect.
Low.
Susan, why? This is a moment of absolute concentration. We don't need your shenanigans over here. Yeah, that is going to connect to a small port, and then we can connect the drills to each other. Come on. Like so. And like so. And then another one. And then another one. Come on. Come on. There we go. 5 drills. I think last time I did 7. But 5 does look enough, and this hinge is a tad bit more sturdy than the one I used last time. Let's just go and recharge our hydrogen. Oops, wrong key. It's over here. Bottle goes in, comes out. There we go. Perfect. So this gives us a conveyor path. We can even like do a redundant conveyor thingy through there, but I think it's, well, redundant, and therefore there is no purpose in putting it. Maybe for aesthetical purposes, I don't know. But that doesn't matter too much right now. What matters is the wheelbase. So let's go for the wheels. Wheelbase. Let's do a 4x4. That way we have less wheels in the middle, being annoying. If we need to add them later, it's fine. So we do this to push the wheels downwards and outwards, right? This pushes the wheels a block down and a block to the side. We put another one over here. Bam, bam. Then like this. Bam, bam. Now we need the wheels. Let's use the 3x3s, or maybe the 5x5s. Maybe that's not a terrible idea, actually. Rugged terrain and whatnot. Let me just see. Right. How big are these bad boys? Yeah, perfect. That's what we need. That's precisely what we need. We just need to reinforce the connection points, because the 5x5s are a bit larger than the other ones. So let's just do... not that. Let's do it like this instead. Take the other one out as well. Carefully, not to destroy anything just yet. Okay, so instead of using the ramps, we're gonna use squares. We're still gonna use the ramps over here, like this. But underneath the ramps, we're gonna put squares so that we can put 4x4. This is Factorio, but 3D. Yeah, you could say it like that. There are recipes, like different materials and whatnot. But it's mostly like for the physics, I think, and less for the recipes. While in Factorio, like, the purpose is to build like a huge amount of stuff and have like huge assembly production lines. In here is mostly like the constructions that you can make, like the vehicles, like rovers, planes. And not boats, unfortunately, there is no water. There is mods for that, of course. There is always mods for everything, obviously. But yeah. Off-road, right, suspension, yellow part goes up, bam. Yellow part goes up, out of the way of the wheel, bam. Then we switch for the left side. 5x5s again. Bam. And bam. Oh, the wheels were not added because I was in the way. Come on. Build vision, please. Build vision. I'm looking straight into it. Thank you. No, not the road. Oh, man. Build vision, come on. I'm looking straight into it. Thank you. Add wheel. Perfect. Now you. Add wheel. Perfect. Beautiful. This is very wide. Okay, I'm afraid this might be wider than it is longer. That's not very good for stability, but we will counterbalance this, no problem. It's fine. We'll put the connector. The connector is heavy and whatnot in the back. Bam, bam. Beautiful. We also need to put a bunch of other things, like batteries, which are heavy. Yeah, I didn't consider that. Where am I gonna put the batteries? Well, first let's put the cockpit, okay? I know this is gonna look super similar to the monstrosity, okay? But it's different, I swear. I swear it's different, okay? Look, this time we're gonna use, like, a buggy cockpit instead of a regular cockpit, you see? Like, completely different. It's a completely different vehicle now. Let's just give it a tad bit of support with these blocks. Oh, by the way, don't you like Minecraft? Because this is pretty much Minecraft, but like just slightly different. Yeah, see, there we go. Like, that's another thing we should do one day. I never played Minecraft. Can you believe that? Can you believe that I never played Minecraft in my life? Yeah, I know. What a shock. And I should someday, so, yeah. There you go, completely different thing now. Cool, so we have a cockpit, we do need gyro control, we do need batteries, and we do need ore detector. So we still need a few bits and bobs. The cockpit is not super heavy. This thing will have a significant range, so we can build on top of it. Now I built the ports on top of it, just in case we kind of want to have a connector on top, like it's not mandatory. We can also put a battery pack, like for example over here, to start with. Let's see, let's try to get at least 3 batteries on this bad boy, if I can find them. Batteries, there they are. Yeah, let's use the warfare ones, because they look nice. This won't counteract the weight of cockpit. Okay. Different plan. See, I told you this was gonna be completely different from the monstrosity, and no one believed me. We're gonna put the battery right there, under on the back of the cockpit, because like the cockpit doesn't weigh anything, the battery does, and this way we maintain the symmetry. Oh man. Oh man, nothing. There we go. That's the perfect spot. Yeah, align to that corner. Boom, beautiful. I played for the first time in 2012, not too long after it was released. And the cool thing is there is giant mod packs now that come with engineering stuff, nuclear stuff, mining things that do mining for you. Yeah, that does sound very like super cool. So yeah, I think one day we'll have to give it a try. I think so. It most, like for me, it's mostly because it was never on Steam. I don't think so. I never got it advertised to me, and it never piqued my interest. But yeah, the other way I was thinking of other games like this that I could play, and Minecraft came to the idea. Okay, so we do have 2 batteries that should last for like a good amount of time. We do have the cockpit, and now let's put the ore detector. Let's put the juicy bits over here. 8. Ore detector. We need an antenna, which we don't have. Let's go over here. Antenna. Sure, I can go right there. And there is also mods that can make you go to the freaking moon. You gotta build a rocket. So, a combination of space engineers and Kerbal Space Program, I see. Oh, wonderful. However, that does sound like a bit... it's not intimidating, but like a lot of stuff. If I never played the vanilla thingies, maybe we should start there and then move to the more mind-breaking mods. And I'm running low on freaking hydrogen again. Susan. There we go again. And... no? Okay.
Fuel low.
See? I was looking for something, Susan, but I don't know.
Fuel critical.
You made me lose my train of thought. Good bottle in, bad bottle out. Come on. Yeah, we're almost done designing the mining thingy. Operating it but will be completely different, however. Does Minecraft has a cost associated with it? Is it like free, or is it like subscription based? Something like that? Or just like 20 bucks and that's it. And one light right there. Oh, gyro! Can't forget about the freaking gyro. Let's put the gyro right there, although I don't think it is a good idea to have the gyro off-centered from your craft, but, you know. It's 15? I see. Alright, let's just weld the little blocks first, because they already have all the materials inside of them. And then we'll do the juicy bits afterwards. And this rover will be ready to go. In like 30 minutes to 1 hour, we will be mining iron with it. Okay, are we done? Okay, let's dump this. Let's go grab more iron. I have a feeling that the next load will be sufficient. And then we can go and just mine. No longer need to do mining by hand. That's what I mean. Nice. Okay, let's try to part this thing. Slowly, because we are very heavy right now. Any like light impact is a bit... There's a bunch of energy to it. There we go. Alright, Pace, there you go. You have the stuff that you told me you needed. Okay, now give me the freaking things that I need to finish off my build. Okay, I still have everything in the build planner. Cool. Let's start withdrawing all the stuff. There we go. Now, before we detach it, let me think. We do have 2 batteries. That should be more than enough to power all the drills plus the wheels. We have 4 wheels. Yeah, that's, believe it or not, that's important. A camera maybe might not be required. We do have light. Forward light. Yeah. Let's get some light going. Where are them lights? There we are. 7. Let's build interior lights. Not searchlight, interior lights. There we go. Not corner lights, interior lights. There we go. I like that. These ones. Much better. So, I kinda want to have one light right there so that we can have a camera underneath it, and then one light on either side, or maybe like just one right there, one right there. So that we can light up the entire tunnel, and they are kind of hidden. They might get smashed, although I don't think it is possible to bottom out enough to smash them, so I think it's fine. The final thing is the camera. I don't know if I have the camera or not in my hotbar just yet, but I'm gonna pretend that I don't, because organizing... Ooh, what is that? That's from... that's a new part. Top-mounted camera. And the sun is going out. Now the text must be pointing upwards, so camera pointing upwards. Take the components. Alright. Anything else? Anything else? We have a camera pointing backwards so that we can see. We'll have to fiddle with the limits on that thing once we get into the mine. We have more than sufficient cargo. Well, just in case something goes terribly wrong. But it shouldn't. You just get rid of this, so it's out of the way. Let's get rid of this as well. There we go. Let's get inside of this cockpit. Ooh, the gyro is quite potent. Okay, the wheels are correctly set up. That is nice. Okay, let's do our hotbar, shall we? Okay, so first things first, let's go into our control panel. Let's look for our parts. Drills. These are the let's make a group. That's what I wanted to do. Mining rover drill group. Save. The hinge must be renamed to mining rover hinge. The wheel. Let's make a group for that. Mining rover wheel group. Perfect. And the batteries. Let's make a group for that as well. Rover battery group. Perfect. So we have our groups. Oh, yeah, also a key. Here, I mean. Mining rover rear camera. We don't care about that. We don't care about that as well. The lights, who cares about that? Yeah, yep. No. Time to set up the hotbar. So... let's put the batteries on recharge on off. Connector. Switch lock. Mining drills. Toggle block on off. Wheels. I think it's the power that we kind of want to start messing with. Increase power, decrease power. Yeah, increase power, decrease power. This is mostly because we are gonna get ourselves into very finicky positions, and if the wheels are too strong, they are gonna flip us upside down. We should definitely have with the blocky world eventually. Yes, my friend. If you're still talking about Minecraft, I think that yes. I just never got into it. I always had other things to play, so I never got the time for it. But I really would like to give it a try. Now over here. So, this thing. We're gonna need a reverse. We're gonna need a lock. Lock. Where is the freaking lock? Hinge lock on off. And because this ain't confusing enough, we also need a toggle block on off. Maybe not. You know what? Let's clear this. Let's put everything into the other bar. Okay, so first and foremost, I think it's torque. No, velocity. Increase velocity, decrease velocity. Then we want a hinge lock. No. Then we want a reverse. Then we want a hinge lock. And then we want a block on off. There we go. This will make sense. This will make sense, trust me. Now, we're gonna use build vision just to determine the limits, but that's probably something we should do once we get into the mine. Yeah, I feel like that's probably a good idea. Limits. I mean, it can almost rotate the entire 90 degrees. So, no limits. You know what? I like to live life without any limits. Like flying, for example, is something that I would like to do eventually. Like, I would like to be able to fly like this engineer, but unfortunately that's not to be the case. Now, power-wise, if we go full throttle, whoa, I'm hearing clang. Look at that. If we brake, we do a wheelie. That's not great. That's not great. So, let's park this thing. Let's put a bit of some limits on this thing. Max speed. How do I forgot how to. Jesus. I wish we could go 400 kilometers per hour, but that's not the case. 120 kilometers per hour. That's probably for the best. And friction, let's just reduce a little bit so that the braking power is not as strong. That means we are gonna slide a little bit more. The gyro, for now, we're gonna leave it as is. But we can always override it. Should we flip upside down, we can use the gyro to reflip us, right? We just need to go slowly, okay? We don't need to speed up right now. Well, gotta go have some nice dinner and fill my tummy. Well, my friend, I wish you a flavorful, that was the word I was looking for, dinner. I think that one more hour and maybe I will go as well. As we can see, it's getting pretty dark. My hand is off the wheel, by the way. God is taking the wheel right now, not me. So that could have gone bad. But it's getting dark. I only now noticed. I look at my ugly face, all darken up and everything. No. Homemade francesinha time. Oh man, that's so freaking delicious. We had the special hot dogs yesterday, my friend. Delicious. The Don't Wart sauce is so freaking nice. So nice. And if you are a foreigner, you don't know what a francesinha is, it's only one of the best sandwiches that a person can have. No one should die without eating a francesinha, at least once. So yeah, you're gonna have a very delicious dinner, I can see that. But unfortunately you're gonna miss all the fun operating this thing. Ouch. Hopefully it won't explode. Oh, airtime. Nah, it's fine. Here we are. Now we're gonna take home so much stone. I did not build an ejection system out of this to eject the stone. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So here we are. First and foremost, let's reduce the power to this thing, because this thing is a tad bit too strong right now. It's doing wheelies and flippies and whatnot. So 9% should be more than enough. Yeah, look at that, perfect. So now we need to. I'm sorry, but you need to go because you are a tad bit explosive, even though you're made out of metal. So we have to go. I think I need to point the drills upwards so that I don't drill myself a ginormous hole in the ground. Oh wait, I want to have drill control. I don't want to like do this. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to have drill control. Yeah, that's what we want. I want to press 6 and do... Yeah, so that I can right-click. And if I right-click, right, we get to destroy... I would say maybe like a small grid block underneath that, so we need to point them upwards. Come on. Oh my fucking god. Okay, it's time to first unlock the drill, and then give it a tad bit of... Holy smoke! That's a bit too fast. Have a nice rest of the stream, my friend. Thank you so much for showing up, my friend. This is a bit too fast. This might be faster than what we kinda need. So maybe we'll need to do the rotation a tad bit more manually. So what do I mean by that? Screw those velocities, right? What we do is we lock the hinge in place. We go into the hinge. We use build vision. And we give it a tad bit. First we want to have some braking torque on this bitch. Doesn't need to be a lot. Then... Man, I forget how to write. I think it's enter. Yeah, there we go. Global. So we want to have 0, or in this case, 0.02 RPM. Okay? So if we unlock it, as we can see, this thing is going super slow, right? This is what we want. So maybe 0.2, it's a tad bit too little. So what I would say maybe 0.1 RPM. Should be more than enough to be able... Yeah, it's controllable at this speed. So that's nice. Okay. So now the speed is inserted and the torque is selected. The only thing stopping it is the hinge lock. Now the game doesn't like too much, but we can always like turn off the hinge if it starts clanging out. So yeah, we can get rid of these two things. The only thing we need to do is, like, for example, reverse when we want to point it down. Or just press 4 and it go up. Whenever it is in the correct position, we press 5. Now we go over here, 6. Perfect. Doesn't seem to affect the terrain too much now. So, we go over here. We start pulling it downwards, because we want to have a flat... terrain towards the iron. We don't want to go downwards. Come on. Okay, I think we are starting to shave some of it. Perfect. Okay, I think we are starting to shave some of the iron, the ground away. Okay, where is the entrance towards the base? It's right there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. I know. We're going down a hill, but don't. We need a little bit more. Like, this is a bit of trial and error, okay, my friends? Because I don't really remember how to do the first part. After the first hole is done, I do remember how to do it, but we'll need a little bit of trial and error, right? Are we going down or up? I think it's going up. Yeah, let's give it a little bit more oomph, as it's going too slow for me, for my tasting. 0.5. Yeah, that's much better. We can lock it over there. Oh yeah, perfect. It's roughly the way we want to go. Okay. We should start sinking our wheels into the ground. Yeah. Yeah. Which means we are flattening the hill. Now, the first little bit takes a tad bit of time, but after we are done with it, yeah, it's perfect. We might need to increase our friction due to our small amount of power. No. Like, until this thing is set up, it is always a matter of trial and error. Okay, I tried to write... Didn't let me. Let's give it 60% for now. Or, you know, close to that. Here we go. Now, you see that artificial horizon thingy on the bottom of the hotbar? We kind of want to keep that thing as flat as possible, which means, like, for example, now we went a little bit too much, so let's point it upwards. There we go, we're starting to mine. Oh boy, but we are mining a little bit too much. As you can see, we're pointing downwards. Hey, nope, nope. Upwards. Upwards. And that should be golden. That should start to level out. Come on. Yeah, I think we're kind of leveling out now. Park. Which means that if we continue, we're going to go upwards. So now we reverse just that bit. There's no point in overdoing it. Okay, it's now just a straight journey towards the iron. And hopefully without getting like a crazy orientations, right? We want to be as flat as humanly possible. We want to be as flat as your sister. Ha 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 ha. So funny. So, yeah. But once we find that sweet iron, oh, we're gonna be able to mine much, much quicker. Oh, here we go. I think we did find it. We just need to open up this thing a little bit more. Like going like this, for example. So that it is easy to access the good stuff. Oh, look at that. We are entering the tunnel we were in previously. Now, of course, we are like creating uneven terrain just to make my life a tad bit harder, but no, that's fine. That's often how things go. Every time I try to do something. Okay, is this iron? Stop right there. Let's take a look. Okay, this is iron. This node is very flat. It's very thin, I mean. I bet you it's super long, but it's gonna be very difficult to mine. But well, it is what it is. So now we will no longer be right-clicking, right? So we want to put the drills into mining position. So we reverse them downwards, straight into the good stuff. Think this should be close enough. And let's go. Time to do some mining. Now, of course, we won't be able to see jack, like nothing. But, well, it is okay. All that I know is that I'm pushing forward, and I'm not going anywhere. Now, we could, for example, like, reverse this and just try to sweep a little bit, right? To get access to more stuff. Am I parked? No, I'm not. I have very little strength now, and because we're getting heavier, probably not a terrible idea to start increasing the power of the wheels. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, much better. Just mine all of it. Yeah, beautiful. Let's see how is our cargo. One is full, the second is full, the third is getting filled up as well. Perfect, we are almost ready to go, my friends. Let's just... I think I have wedged myself against something. Uh-huh. Yes, I have. Like, the vision is not the greatest, right? So, I just need to kinda improvise a little bit. Go back into hinge control, so... you want to go up now, so I think it's need to reverse. No, reverse. Lock, just to get that final little bit of iron from there. Think that should be it. Park it. The drill's still not full. The cargo container is almost full. Like, look at the amount of stuff we're gonna bring back. Oh, this is gonna be glorious. Why are you not I need to activate again? Jesus, come on. Let's just collect a little bit, and that's it. We don't want to have too much stuff inside of our drills, because that's gonna make them heavy. Yeah. Now, for transportation purposes, let's flip the drills up so that they don't collide against the floor. And I think that should be fine. And... perfect. Okay. Oops. Come on, get out of there. You're joking, right? Come on, give me that power! Oh, wait. You know what I need? I tell you what I need. Just tell me what you want, what you really, really want. What I want is control over my suspension. That's what I want. Okay, first one is power. Second one is suspension. Where is it? Suspensione. Where do you want? I think it's strength, right? Yeah, look at that. 6%. Decrease the strength. Come on, where is it? Decrease the strength. There we go. So now I need to be careful not to like flip me. Yep, there we go. See? Perfect. Suspension is now powerful enough that we can just leave. I know I just need to maneuver a little bit because this hole wasn't really dug super like I really didn't took into consideration like getting into and out of the hole. There we go. I mean, probably mining by hand would have been just a tad bit faster, I think. But tomato, tomato, right? I mean, look at this fantastic hole. I like it. Let's just put the sign over here so that I don't drive straight into it. Sorry, what? Whatever, right? It's one of those things, like the game likes to be derpy sometimes. I don't know what that was, but that's fine. Time to get back. Back to base with a bunch of iron. It's a better. Now, Rover, it was nice meeting you, but you will have to go. Because I do have a full load of stuff. Pull the handbrake on. And take off. This is the exploration rover. I mean, it's still pretty useful for things, but, you know. It has been replaced with a far superior vessel of transportation of both materials and personnel. First, it is much taller. right? It gives me a much taller driving position. Now I will have to readjust the connector, of that I am certain, but I think we go roughly like this, it should be more than enough. Now I shouldn't crash against this, because otherwise things are gonna go boom. Boom, I tell you, and park right there. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, definitely. You lock off, and the velocity, you need to go downwards a little bit. No, dum-dum, you need to go upwards a little bit. What the fuck am I doing? And a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. That's good enough. And now we lock it. Next, it's the next one. We unlock, and then we rotate. For the other side, please. Should be a relatively close height? Question mark? I think this... maybe I overhit... Oh, I overdid it over here. Let's see, before I'm starting finicky with it, let's see if we can connect. I can't see. Well, like that is gonna be impossible. Yeah, too much. Okay, it's fine. Inch off, velocity down. And yeah, it locks right there. Perfect. So now we lock that one. And now we just make sure this thing is kind of like aligned. It doesn't look super bad, you know. Perfect, that's it. We don't need anything else. And now we lock. There we go, refinery is online. Beautiful. Ah, bunch of iron being processed. There we go, so the basic refinery, the refinery 2 and the refinery 4. All of them processing a bunch of materials, which means we can go back to the welding part. Yay, so pretty much today it was like chassis, facilities, and that rover. So, you know what, not terrible. Not terrible at all, my friends. Let's finish this off. Give ourselves some more cargo access over on this side. Put into production, dump everything we can. Take everything we can't. There we go, beautiful. More cargo, like I'm pretty certain we're gonna need a billion cargo thingies. Probably the large ones as well, but that's gonna be in the next trailer section. In here we just need a little bit, so it doesn't interfere too much with our assembly area. Besides, I only put them over there because it was convenient at the time. Right now I'm regretting it. would rather have placed them, for example, over here. It would have been much better. But oh well, it is what it is. Yeah. Let's now weld a bunch of steel stuff to make sure that the chassis and that part are at least all welded. If they are, I'm gonna feel much better. Much better. We can make like this line over here welded, just in case like bad things happen and we have explosions, the thunderstorms. Yeah, thunderstorms can come and ruin our day. They can like just destroy the most inconvenient block ever and just... Yep. We don't want that. Let's continue welding the entire like chassis part, like the bed itself. It's whatever. If a few blocks get blown up, it's okay, I don't mind. But more than that, it can be dangerous for the stability of the structure, if you know what I mean, my friends. But hey, at least all the expensive stuff is no longer just sitting on top of the unwelded blocks. So let's be real, way better now. Way better. Oh, I still need to weld all the suspension over here. And I'm running out of hydrogen. Who would have guessed that I am out of something? Please wait just a moment, Susan, okay? Once I deplete my plates, I'll go and I'm grabbing the hydrogen again. Don't you worry. Okay, this is done. Where's Susan? Just right there. Come on. There we go, beautiful. Empty bottle goes in, full bottle comes out. We'll, by the way, get a little bit of energy, because why not? Why the hell not? Cool. More plates. To get this one. Ouch. Don't get murderized by unfinished grids, please. They hurt like hell. Because like if you smash your face against a full block, at least the block is welded. If it is just the strut of the block, there is like these beams that can hurt your little face. And we won't want that. Once I use all the plates, I think I'm gonna start producing the resources necessary to make the wheels and suspension. Just kinda want to use the rest of it. Because why not, right? Oh wait, it's like more stuff that needs to be welded over here. Perfect. Perfect. Do I have anything over here? Get rid of that. So, game. We're doing the counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Produce all the stuff. Okay? Shouldn't be too difficult, okay? Now, my friends, the frontal part over here. Obviously, we're not gonna have a boxy rover, right? We're gonna have some shape. I think that in the front we'll just like have the living quarters over here on top, on front of the slab. On top of the living quarters, we will have the cockpit, and that's how we're gonna do the front. The back, we still have to see how the thingy goes. How the, how should I put it? The drilling apparatus it gets constructed, to see what kind of shape we'll give to it. Yeah, I'm gonna weld these things, and you know what, my friends? I think we should go grab some ice so that we can start charging the batteries. Because otherwise, without ice, the thing doesn't work. The thing doesn't work, there is no charging. And that's bad. Though I should probably leave that for future me. I mean, we already went mining plenty of times this stream. Tomorrow is also day, you know. It's also a good day to mine, if you know the reasons why. Citizens mine the resources right. Or something along those lines. Okay, not missing anything. Why do I have more resources in my backpack that it's not the requested stuff? Hmm? Okay, apparently it was the requested stuff. And yeah, it feels good to finally be able to produce more resources than we are able to weld, right? We can't weld fast enough. Go next over there. Is this one complete? Yes, it is. This one is also complete. Nice. 2 wheels out of 4. Completed. It was too good to be true. Okay. Almost there, my friends. Almost there. Look at that, another suspension done. These suspensions are just absolutely massive. I think that we are gonna do fine, at least in the beginning, while our rover is still light, but whenever we get into the heavier, like, part of the construction, maybe, I don't know, if we might not need to add more wheels. At least one extra set is gonna be added to the rear section, but I kinda want to design the rear section first before I put any wheels there. And these should be the last tubes, right? I think this time Build Vision got all the resources correct. Yep. Nice.
Energy low.
Shut up, Susan. It's a done. It's a done. It's a done. Beautiful. Look at that. It's starting to take shape. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's starting to become an actual something. How are we gonna, you know, put these rovers over there? That's a question that it's still to be answered. But for now, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy with what we have. Let's see, iron. Are you done refining, good sir? Yep, yes they are. Look at that. We have like a bajillion iron. And even some silica. Not a lot, but some silica nonetheless. And a bunch of nickel. Mm-hmm. The ice is a little bit on the short side, but, you know. Oh, yeah, energy. Get it there. Our energy is critical. It's getting late now. I think I'm just gonna do a final bit of designing over here, and we are gonna call it here, my friends. Not designing this. I mean, it's perfect as is. It doesn't need to be designed any further, right? Of course not. I mean, it has a cool spoiler and everything on the back, I mean. But if we could get, let's see, for example, like, is Build Vision empty? Yes, it is. Let's fill it up with blocks. Then let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 billion. I'm not even counting. That should be more than enough. We can now clear the Build Vision and then just use this block over here to fill up our inventory with them plates instead of just opening what? Use this one, it's faster. Okay. There we go. Time to continue welding the important bits. Once again, just to make sure that if something wanky happens, at least the important parts are secure. They are attached to welded stuff capable of taking damage, like thunder strikes, whose attachment points are in fact like welded as well. Yes. I know it does take a little bit of time, but I'm definitely not gonna like design a welding ship now. Screw that. Like, that's the kind of thing I only do once we are in space building a massive capital ship, and even then, the likelihood that I do it by hand is very large. Here we go, perfect. There we go. Now, where is the back? The back is through here. This is the back part. That's the frontal part. Okay, so let's add a few extra blocks to this thing. I would say 10 extra, bare minimum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, how much would these extend our craft? If I put the suspension strut over here, like, I want the rear wheels to be closer to the middle wheels than the middle wheels are closer to the frontal wheels.
Fuel low.
Oh, come on, Susan. I was trying to envision
Fuel
something,
critical.
and yet you had to come over here and be annoying, blah 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 blah. Oh my god, Susan. Why you be like this sometimes, hmm? Go right there. Bam. Yeah, as I was saying before, Susan rudely interrupted me. Kinda want the back wheels to be closer to the middle wheels for turning purposes, because this is gonna be a chunky boy. That much I can tell you. Okay, so up next we rotate this, right? Bam, bam. Then, bam. Come on, bam. Now the small ones. Bam, bam. Oh my fucking god. I wish I had 3 hands to play this game. Bam, bam. Okay, now we reverse the pattern right there. Bam. Bam. Then like this. Bam, bam. Pull the other one again. Bam. 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 Now this goes into a full block. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. And the terrain over here is sunk even more than over there, which is very terrible. For placing wheels, I heard. Wheels don't like this too much, but what can we do, right? And yeah, this would be the back section where we are gonna have all the drilling equipment for our vessel. Just so I mark where the middle is, okay, and then where the edges of the platforms are gonna be. Now, once again, these edges are kinda temporary. We will carve them around a little bit. I'm certain that I'm not gonna have like a ginormous block rover. These are for measuring purposes. Okay? Measuring purposes only. But yeah, look at that. Much better in size, right? We are gonna have all of that space for hangar base when it comes to rovers and other deployable crafts, and this part for the mining apparatus. In the bottom we're gonna have the piston system, just so I remember, because this idea came to me when I was feeling rather creative, shall we say. Okay. Where them pistons? Where them pistons? Nowhere to be found. Okay, you can go right there. Pistons. Okay, once again, temporary. Probably not gonna be here the spot, but pretty much the idea here is to have like in the bottom we would have like the pistons which would retract and expand the drilling apparatus, which would be located over here. Whenever we need to drill, the pistons would push it out towards, like for example over here, where we can just drill, and then whenever we are satisfied we fold the drilling crane in, and then the pistons retract it back inwards, and we can hit the entire mechanism for moving that thing underneath it, saving us some space over on top, where we are definitely gonna need it, I am absolutely certain. So yeah, I think that's probably it for that particular thingy, when it comes, you know, the piston thingy, that I don't forget. Hopefully, future me will remember what that means. I'm certain I will. I'm certain I'm not gonna build anything in its place. Obviously, why would I do that? Now, over here in the front, I'm still uncertain on how are we gonna do this, but I think it's gonna do something like this. Like, we are going inwards with every layer that we use, right? Yeah, that one is just for me to remember where the middle is. Okay, so pretty much like this, and then we have like windows going up like this. Once again, this is purely for measurement purposes, and so that future me remembers what I actually wanted to do. Oh, okay, whatever, game. Screw you. Okay, maybe this is a little bit too much. This is a little bit too much far forward. And then over here on this floor we would have the cockpit. Right, and all of these would combine into like a... I mean, the cockpit doesn't need to be too big. And they should be more than enough. Plus, you know, all the floor on top of the living quarters. Because the living quarters will start right here. Right, and then... oh. Okay, this is not cool. That ramp is a tad bit in the way, but that's fine. I'll attach it over here some other way, like this, for example. Ow. There we go. You're not in the middle. This thing is not in the middle. Oh, man. Well. I'll make it in the middle. It's okay. Just want to leave this so that future me does remember what the hell we were doing, right? And there we go. Perfect. Perfection. We need to put the ramps over here as well. Perfect. There we go. So future me should remember what this means, and yeah, we will be ready to continue. Also, besides the fact that we have like the hangar is gonna be this big, it means that we can then come over here and sink it into the cockpit, meaning that the cockpit will like not be the tallest part of the entire craft. It's gonna give it shape and everything. Yeah, this thing is starting to take shape, my friends, but I think we're gonna call it here, exactly at 3 hours of stream. So if you have enjoyed this by the way, if you are watching on YouTube, why haven't you subscribed yet and liked this video? You should. You should. But yeah, my friends, this is gonna be it. So if you have enjoyed it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch so that you can see every time I go live. And yeah, I hope to see you around next time. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye.